Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another broadcast of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. The 3-1 Queen City Corsairs are traveling to the Hive here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia to take on the 1-3 Storm. I'm your play-by-play man, James Richards. Alongside of me today is Dan Daly, and we have Charles Doherty on stats. Dan, how you doing, and how do you think this matchup's going to play out?
James, I'm doing great. I'm really hoping for QCC to come out here and doing what they've been doing great. They're coming out, throwing that ball, and getting down to that end zone. For Atlanta, I really hope they come down and center themselves a bit more. They need to dial it in. So far, they've been throwing a bit risky and getting out there with their yardage, but that means they also got so many turnovers that they don't even know what to do with themselves.
Thank you for that breakdown, folks. We are amped up here on an unpaid energy drink, so we will not mention it, but we are juiced and ready to go, baby. And we will take it down to the coin toss where Queen City has called tails. It is tails, and they're going to kick off, and that's going to give Marcus Dunhill and the Atlanta Swarm the ball to start the game.
Marcus Dunhill coming out here with his 56.0 QBR, and he's got 17 interceptions, hoping that he can dial it in and throw it to his top wide receiver, currently Siege Falco. He's got 509 yards. Your thoughts, James?
Well, 17 interceptions, never a good stat to have, but I have absolute faith that Marcus Dunhill, in his second season in the league, it's just sophomore slump. He'll get it figured out. Atlanta did come severely under cap in the offseason to try to accomplish a specific build. So we'll see how that plays out, and hopefully they can get it turned around. Kick returned all the way to the Atlanta 27. Number 84 there for the Storm. That is Javon Walker on the return. And this is where Marcus Dunhill, BDG Hollywood, Siege Falco, Boo Chisholm, Jamal Wooding, and those are your star players for the Swarm. They will take over here in the first quarter, first drive of the game. Single back look for Marcus Dunhill. 4-2 look for the Corsairs. He drops back to pass. He swings it outside. It's a tight end out, but it got delivered to Boo Chisholm, BDG Hollywood. And he's going to pick up a gain of 3.
I'm hoping to see a lot of BDG Hollywood this game. He's averaging about 4.3 yards a carry so far this season. I think if they can really bring him out and throw QCC off to a little bit, they could really pick up some good yardage.
Single back look here for the Swarm. Another 4-2 look here for the Corsairs. Play action fake. Beautiful fake by Dunhill. He throws it deep across the middle. He's wide open. He's got number 86 for the Storm. He's going to take it to the 5. Touchdown! Atlanta Swarm on a beautiful tight end post route to Jamal Wooding. Takes it to the house for about a bajillion yards. Good night.
That was absolutely beautiful. That is everything Atlanta wanted to do, and they needed it at the start to make a statement. They came out here, they threw some with BDG, and then they went straight far out, not even questioning what they had to do, throwing QCC for a loop right at the start of this game.
Man, what a start. We got our energy drinks flowing. Boo Chisholm, the whole Atlanta Swarm crew. The Hive is buzzing, folks. That play right there, Jamal Wooding, I called it a post route. It was actually a fly route. He gets past, he gets bumped by the linebacker, but the play action fake left everybody out of position. And Marcus Dunhill saying, don't worry about my 17 interceptions. Just worry about this 1-0 touchdown to interception ratio that we got here in the first quarter, where Atlanta's going to take a 7-0 lead over Queen City. Folks, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Atlanta coming out just super strong. I want to see how QCC reacts to that. Sorry for stepping over you, James. Didn't mean to.
No worries, friend. We're hyped up, folks. I'm not going to lie. A lot of energy drinks. I probably should check my blood sugar. We're spiking right now. We'll see if we can keep it up for 4 quarters. And Atlanta kicks it away with a 7-0 lead here at home. 10:15 to go. Number 11, J.K. Johnson, the third, returns it all the way down to the Queen City 26-yard line. And that is where veteran quarterback of 5 years, A.J. Caswell and company, will take over. Let's see if they can match the tempo that Marcus Dunhill and company just set. Single back look, 3 wide receivers to your top of your screen. Nickel look here for the Swarm. It's a handoff up the middle. And that is Ash Odom picking up about 3 yards. And he takes it down to the Queen City 29-yard line.
Queen City starting out the same way that Atlanta did. They start with an easy run going straight up. Ash Odom making his presence known. I'm hoping to see what AJ Caswell can do. He had 77 completion rate last game. Hoping he comes out here and starts slinging it a bit too.
4-3 look here for the Swarm. Strong eye look. He throws it across the middle. That is complete. He's breaking a tackle. AJ Caswell throwing it across the middle to Stephen Hacker. He's the 14th overall pick in this year's draft. 6'5", 235. Looks pretty good to me.
Definitely, James. Stephen Hacker's already had 370 yards this season with a 9.5 yards completion.
2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set, 4-2 for the Swarm. Nice little out route, and that's complete. I believe that's J.K. Johnson, the third on the reception. He just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
Coming just right out, stepping out of bounds. Maybe he should have dragged it in a bit more, but he's getting those yards. First down wasn't a big deal. See what they can do. Try and pick up this first.
9:08 here in the first quarter. 2nd and 1 midfield for Queen City. They come out in a weak eye set. It is a power to the outside. Odom's going to get met in the backfield, and he's going to be stopped for a no gain. It did look like a loss of 1, but they're going to give him a good spot. And that was a really good tackle there by number 28 for the Swarm. And that is Lee Pato, the 2nd string cornerback. Here we go. Similar look here. Strong eye. It's another power play to the outside. Odom Katz. He cuts it back inside, gets skinny, and gets enough for the first down. A gain of about 6 yards on the play.
There was some great play by Ash Odom, just really pushing on forward, getting that first down, showing that he just can pick up that first down and come in clutch when they need it.
1st and 10, ball on the Atlanta 42-yard line. 8 minutes here to go. Single back in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. 1 to the bottom. 3-2 look for the Swans. Stand up in the middle. Going to be met by several people, but not until he picks up a 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Corsairs.
Ash Odom really just picking up these easy yards, pushing them forward. If he keeps up those 4-yard average, you know he can keep picking up that first and continue on in this game, pushing them forward.
And it's going to be a penalty on the play, but not before Ash Odom just runs over everybody. And folks, that's going to bring us to our first penalty of the game. That is the MeUndies laundry on the field. MeUndies are the world's most comfortable underwear. Use the promo link in the scroll below. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL. Give the gift of comfort with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Free shipping and returns. Signature soft and stretchy. MeUndies. Head on over to MeUndies.com.
No, I'd love to pick up a pair of MeUndies right now, James. I feel like it'd be a great thing to sit and call a game.
Hey, man, premium support. Probably the silkiest underwear you'll ever feel. Strong eye look here for the Corsairs. It's another power play to the outside. Odom is going to break. Nope, he's going to get brought down. That's a gain of 2 yards. Brought down by number 23 for the Swarm.
You know, we're seeing a lot of Ash Odom, and he's been real good and all. I'd like to see if they can start throwing the ball. I'd like to shout out to about the 50 people we have on stream right now. Thanks for everyone for watching. Remember to click that like button.
Indeed, indeed. Dude, click the thumbs up. 3-step drop. He's under pressure. He checks it outside. It is complete. He's going to take it down to the 4-yard line. And that's number 88, Stephen Hacker again. Proven why he was very valued at 14, maybe even undervalued with the performance he's having so far here in the first quarter. And so far looking like a steal for the Corsairs.
It's exactly what Queen City had to do. They came out here, they kept running with Ash Odom, putting them up a good bit, and then just threw a nice out pass to Stephen Hacker, picking up those almost touchdown. Let's see if they can converge in.
Strong eye look here for the Corsairs down on the 4-yard line. 3-step drop, pump fakes. He throws it across the middle. It's tipped up in the air. There is a penalty on the play. It might be a holding, but the way that traffic was converging across the midfield could be pass interference. But it is holding. Offensive holding on the Corsairs. That's going to back them up a little bit. Maybe that's good. Maybe that's bad. That gives Queen City some room here to kind of throw the ball. They were kind of tucked in, nice and tight on the 4-yard line. Now they got a little bit of a breathing room. That kind of opens up every route in the playbook.
I agree with you there, James. It really just opens up and then make sure they can either check out or swing out if they need to.
Three-step drop. He throws an out route. That is complete again to guess who? Stephen Hacker. 3 catches, 48 yards. This one he takes all the way down to the 3-yard line. And it doesn't appear that penalty fazed Queen City at all.
You know, Stephen Hacker, he's only been targeted 3 times, but he's caught every single time. Already having up 48 yards, making a big impact for this game already for Queen City, who's just trying to catch up and edge up to that 7 points that Atlanta has.
The Hacker bloodline, actually, not the first member of that family to make it into the SFL, as we see a handoff to Ash Odom. And he is met. Brilliant tackle there by Aaron Lee out of the strong safety position. To stop him for no gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal. But yeah, Hacker actually had a relative play linebacker in Indianapolis. Was a stud there. He retired early, and then Stephen Hacker was drafted. And so far, man, that family's on a roll with the amount of talent they pumped into the SFL. Handoff here to the outside. Odom's going to get skinny, and he's going to take it into the house for a 3-yard touchdown. And Queen City is going to attempt to tie up the ball game here with this extra point.
Absolutely beautiful by Ash Odom. He has a little bit of a tippy tap in there to dash around a bunch of the linebackers, but he got right in there and he made sure he tied it up for QCC.
Indeed, folks, you want to do what I do, you can contact Andy Hamilton or Mike Daggs through DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down live on the air with the broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our stats team and helping our broadcasters shine brighter. Hashtag make an impact, and thank you for supporting the SFL.
Absolutely, it's a great experience. You know, with this tied game already, first quarter, we got 5:30 left. I'm really looking forward to this game. It looks like we got a great ball game coming in for us, James. What do you think Atlanta has to do to keep this going?
Well, anytime you score on your opening drive and you can put pressure on the visiting team, and you know, it's no secret that Atlanta does better when teams have to try to throw the ball into them. I think that's what you got to do. I think you got to turn this game into a shootout, and I think those games have historically benefited Atlanta. As we see the kick return by number 84, brought all the way back to the 29-yard line. That is Javon Walker on the return, and let's see if Marcus Dunhill can keep the fire hot and keep Atlanta scoring.
I'm hoping Marcus comes out again. Maybe they'll do some with BDG Hollywood, throw him out a bit, check it out, and then maybe throw another great long pass. We'll have to see.
Offset single back look. 4-2 look for the Corsairs. Checks it down to BDG Hollywood. He puts on his dancing shoes. Almost breaks a tackle, but only picks up 2 yards. He takes it down to the Atlanta 31. 5:10 here to go in the first quarter.
Great almost sidestep by BDG. He had the right idea, but he couldn't get away from that defender who just absolutely pummeled him back onto the ground.
Interesting stat, and I don't know if it's how true it is. I think BDG holds the unofficial record for broken ankles in the SFL. He's also an avid tap dancer, which is why he's got such nimble feet. Deep corner pass by Marcus Dunhill is going to fall harmlessly to the ground, just out of the reach there of number 88. Or 89, excuse me. That's their backup tight end, Alan Lawrence.
Historically, Atlanta really does seem to be throwing out far, going for those risky passes, and you just have to see if it works out for them or not. We'll see if Marcus Dunhill can really dial that in and keep it going.
Indeed, 3-2 look here, defense for Queen City. Dunhill deep, 7-step drop, throws a huge corner route, and that is going to be completed. That one to Siege Falco. Man, he was wide open, just burning the Queen City defense, picking up a huge chunk of yards there.
You know, Siege Falco has been huge for this team. So far this season, he has 509 yards and 20.4 yards per completion. This man goes out far and he catches that ball. He's being a great asset for Atlanta.
Yeah, Marcus Dunhill, Siege Falco, I believe they joined the team at the same time, and the chemistry couldn't be more apparent. Single back offset look, 4-2 look for the Queen City defense. Dunhill taking a 7-step drop, checks it across the middle, and that's going to fall incomplete after taking a big hit there. The pass intended for Boo Chisholm.
Avery King coming out there, putting great pressure on them and making sure that that whole flood worth of QCC defenders, no ball was getting on through there.
2nd and 10.
You know, one of my favorite stadiums in the SFL. The weather's great. The atmosphere's loud. Single back look here for, that's going to be a trap play up the middle. BDG Hollywood picking up about 2 yards on the play.
Great little push up, and I agree with you, James. This is a great stadium. You know, being in a dome and all, we can't complain about the weather, and it's beautiful.
The weather, man, across the Midwest, pretty crazy, Antarctic-like, you know, instant frostbite. But here in Atlanta, the music's good, the stadium weather's good, the hot dogs are good. The play on the field so far has been good as we got Marcus Dunhill, empty shotgun look, 3-step drop, fires across the middle, and that's going to be completed. And that's good for about 15 yards, passed over to number 84, Javon Walker. And so far, Marcus Dunhill, you see 117 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Huge cry from his 17 picks that he's had in the first several weeks of the season, looking like an absolute veteran so far in this game.
You know, he's already coming out this game with a 71.4% completion rate.
4-2 look here for Queen City. It's a handoff up the middle. ISO to BDG, showing his strength as well. He's going to pick up 4 yards on the ISO. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6, and they take it all the way down to the Queen City QCC 20-yard line. 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter.
You know, James, I really think BDG just needs to start putting his shoulder down and smashing through people. It seems to be better than the tap dance shoes he had on.
Well, if Queen City sets up in the nickel and dime all game, there could be some big runs up the middle. As we see BDG going on a draw play there, picks up about 5 yards-ish, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short. But as I was saying, nickel and dime, I mean, the runs up the middle should be there. It does put a big pressure on the linebacking core, Avery King and their other guys, James Budden, Tim Jacoby, Robert Becker. It puts a lot of pressure on them to step up. BDG up the middle for 3rd time in a row, this time picking up about 3 yards. And that's good for an Atlanta Swarm first down. Knocking on the red zone here. Queen City 13-yard line. 2:10 to go here in the first quarter.
You know, I really like Atlanta's dial in. They still got some of their throw-out passes, but BDG's showing up too, picking up those essential yards. 4 attempts, 14 yards. Nothing to brag about, but it's not bad.
I think we're seeing right now that they've caught Queen City in a play, and you're just going to see this trap play. You know, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. You just see them running the traps and the insides, the inside draws and dives. Right there, BDG on a trap play picks up 4 yards, takes it all the way down to the Queen City 9-yard line. They're inside the 10.
Yeah, QCC let up 342 rushing yards this season. See what happens.
Very typical of dime and nickel primary defenses, but we see Dunhill throwing it across the middle on a post route, and that is good for a touchdown. Siege Falco running the post route beautifully and just dicing up the Queen City defense at the moment. That's going to put the Atlanta Swarm up 13-7 here at home.
That was absolutely beautiful. I didn't even see Siege Falco at first, and he came on through like a ghost, like a bird, I guess, coming on through and flapping those wings, stealing that ball.
Like a bird, Dan Daly says, fly like a bird, Nelly Furtado. Maybe fly like a swarm or a
fly
wasp.
Like a bird, sting like a bee, James.
Great. Muhammad Ali, rest in peace. 1:23 here to go as Atlanta attempts the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Folks, APM Music, the Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. Head on over to apmmusic.com.
You know, some good stream shout-outs, Eddie Gage, Christian Pront, Jeff DK, Siege Falco himself, the Trash Car. Everyone's great in here, you know, just watching this stream, supporting the great SFL.
We do appreciate you guys. We're up to 68 viewers now. Folks, it is Dan Daly's very, very first broadcast, so give him some love. Let him know how he's doing. Also, hit that thumbs up button. As we see an injury, we're taking an injury break here down on the field. Hopefully it's not too serious.
Didn't really get to see what happened there, but ooh, the nasty little hit, I guess, looked like a sprained ankle, but don't know how. Hopefully he gets it right back in.
Indeed, and that's unfortunate for the Atlanta defense, but AJ Caswell is going to get the start here on their own 28-yard line. 1:19 here to go as they sit in the I formation. It's going to be a counter play, and he's not going to go anywhere. They're going to officially give him a yard, but Ash Odom on the counter, brought down by number 58, Qantas Shine. That man's a scary man, and he's been a fixture in the league for 7 years, 5 in Atlanta. The man's a legend here.
Qantas Shine area has 29 total tackles this season. He is making a name for himself where Ash Odom couldn't get on through.
Single back offset look for the Corsairs. 4-3. Oh, and he jumped off sides. Let's see what happens. He checks it outside. That's complete. Number 84, Chris Curtis, spinning, almost getting the first down. They'll probably decline this play, take the yardage.
I have to see what they do. First time I've really seen Chris Curtis get called. Corsairs decline. Interesting.
Yeah, and that's going to officially give Chris Curtis, I believe, his first catch of the day. We'll see where they mark it here in a second. We'll get the actual yards for you.
Yeah, that was the first time Chris Curtis has been targeted, and he caught the ball, so he's got the 100% completion rate. Not bad.
8 yards gained on the previous catch. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Strong eye look here. A no-step drop. Throws it across the middle. That is complete. Number 85 for the Corsairs. And that is tight end Brian Seek as he ran into his own guy. Fell down, but still somehow caught the pass. And that's going to give the Corsair 1st and 10.
Great catch. Almost looked like he was throwing coverage by his own man, so you know it worked out in the end.
2 backs in the backfield. 3-step drop for Caswell. Throws it outside, and that is complete. Stephen Hacker, the man of the hour. Man of the quarter, man of the game so far. Nice little out route, and that's going to be good for several yards. And that's going to do it here for the first quarter. Your hometown Atlanta Swarm are up 14-7 over the 3-1 visiting Queen City Corsair.
You know, James, this is exactly what I've been wanting to see out of Atlanta. They're getting that good little runs, getting those short passes, and they're really making a name for themselves. But they got those long passes to make sure they keep their name as a Swarm solid. See what QCC can do to stop it.
Inside handoff. He's going to shed some tackles and get big. Oh, my goodness. Ash Odom putting the team on his back just then and putting half the Atlanta bench on his back as well. That's probably the toughest 6-yard run you'll see today as he broke about 13,000 tackles, stiff-armed a guy, and then ran another guy over. And that was good for a first down. That was exciting. 2 backs in the backfield for AJ Caswell. 4-2 look for the Atlanta defense. 3-step drop. Throws it across the middle, and it is completed. And that is good. Stephen Hacker on a beautiful post route. Picks up several yards, and that's good for a first down.
Stephen Hacker coming in again. You know, he had a triad of defenders around him, but that ball was dotted right to him, and he had no problem picking that up for that easy first ground by QCC, keeping themselves in this game and keeping this drive alive.
AJ Caswell taking a Peyton Manning ball, throwing an absolute duck, but it was accurate, and it quacked, and and Hacker caught it. So more power to you. Trap play up the middle. Ash Odom running over somebody and their mama is going to pick up 5 yards, but taking a big hit. But he is back up.
Ash Odom turned those defenders into Ash, just pushing on through them like they're nothing. Do you think he can keep this up all day, James?
Well, I think so. I think historically Ash Odom's has been a tremendous runner in his several seasons in the league, 4 officially, 3 with Queen City. Here we go, see a power to the outside. Odom his head down, but he's going to be stopped for a loss of 1. Brought down by several swarm defenders. They're going to give Pato the official tackle.
You know, Pato has got 15 total tackles this season. He's showing up. He got those 2 defenders in Ash Odom. Felt like he could have gotten a good block there, but nothing came out of it.
Achilles Frank making pretty clever jingle there in the chat. 3-step drop. He throws a quick out route, and that is complete. Just going to be just short. Hacker caught that pass awkwardly. Did a kind of like a little pirouette to try to stay in bounds and drag his feet, but he's going to be just short of the first down. And that could be a rookie thing, you know. You got to run to the sticks, and this time he's going to be just short. So let's see if Queen City goes for it. Looks like they will. This is a heavy, heavy look here for this Atlanta defense. Strong eye look for the Corsairs. 9 seconds, 8 to go. Let's see if they call a timeout and kick the field goal or snap it. Looks like they're going to call the timeout, and there it is. AJ Caswell stopping the clock. That's Queen City's first timeout, and they will probably send out the kicking unit. It's 4th and 1 on the Atlanta 9.
You know, James, interesting tactic. XFL loves to do it sometimes. Do you think it was a good idea, or do you think they should have gone for it? It is still the first half, so field goal may be the best option just to get more points up there.
You know, I think conservatively, you always take the points, but analytics tell you, you know, anytime you're past a certain point on the field, go for it. The odds are in your favor. However, Queen City's butter is those power and sweeps to the outside. Atlanta's been, you know, no pun intended, but they've been swarming to the ball and kind of shutting that down. And they did load up the box. So I think had Caswell not seeing the defensive look that he saw, they might have ran the play and just ran up the middle with an ISO or something to that extent. But because Atlanta stacked the box and they haven't had success to the outside, they play it conservatively, call the timeout, get your 3 points. You're only trailing Atlanta by 4 now, 8:28 here to go in the second quarter.
Good conservative play. Now we got a QCC who's down a drive, and let's see if Atlanta can push up on theirs and see what they can do to really see either extend this score if QCC can put a stop to this momentum of theirs.
Javon Walker on the return, running around, getting out to the 30-yard line. And that's an interesting point, Dan. I think if Atlanta can keep their foot on the gas pedal and force, I mean, Queen City's been able to throw the ball fairly well today, so maybe it's not in the best of their interest, but if they can keep the foot on the gas, keep scoring points, keep forcing Queen City to try to keep pace, that's probably the tempo that Atlanta wants to play the game at. And we see a strong eye look here. 2 linebackers for Queen City. It's a big drop for Marcus Dunhill. He chucks it deep, and that is intercepted. He threw a post route across the middle. Queen City, number 42, I believe that was Oscar Dunkley, just skying up and making the pick, and that is the 18th interception here for Marcus Dunhill this season.
You know, Queen City coming out here, they realized that the offense couldn't put up the points they wanted, so the defense came out here, and Oscar Dunkley came in for a giant jumping catch and took that right away from Atlanta. First play. We're seeing where Atlanta is their little risky playbook, but it comes in sometimes. You got to play those chances. Yeah.
A little interesting throw there by Marcus. That's kind of plagued him throughout his career, you know. Threw it into quadruple coverage. But, you know, you got to question the play calling, too, because there were several routes ending in the same area. Nice deep out route thrown, and that is to Steven Hacker again. This time good for about 13 yards. This first interception that Oscar Dunkley just got, Dan, was the first real defensive stop by either team. And so right now, Queen City's already in field goal position. They just have to protect the ball. Not necessarily AJ Caswell's strong suit, but Eric Barkley and company do love to run the ball. So we'll see if they decide to pound the rock with Ash or keep throwing it. Dangerous, dangerous throw across the middle, as I was just saying. Caswell, not known to be the most secure quarterback in the league, and that time he tested it across the middle. And number 20, Aaron Lee, the strong safety, breaks that one up.
Yeah, it was a bit of a risky play. You can see the real difference between who they trust right now. Stephen Hacker with 7 catches of all 7 targets, and that one was to Chris Curtis, who threw a bit into traffic with a 50% catch rate right now. But that was just a whole dirty play kind of.
3-step drop by Caswell under pressure, throws a good out route, and that one's complete to Curtis. He's 5, takes it all the way down to the 4-yard line of Atlanta. And, man, you could see the speed that Chris Curtis, he catches the ball and, man, just turns on the rocket and gets upfield.
I had the exact same thought, James. He turned on those boosters as soon as he got there. His cleats turned into fire, and he started running. Chris Curtis really making up for what just happened last play and letting that great pass to him not get undone.
Yeah, the emoji, the little fire emblem right there. Chris Curtis leaving a trail of those, burning the field up all the way down to the 4-yard line. Strong eye look here for the Corsair. He's going to 3-step drop it. He checks it outside to Ash Odom. He's going to get chased down. He had no chance as number 52, Jose Fuentes, chasing him down. Maybe that was the fullback, excuse me. Indeed, it was Hadley Diamante.
Wow. Ash Odom didn't really have much of a chance. He was still pulling that ball by the time he was getting hit, and he had nowhere to go. Let's see what they can do on the second down.
Tight trips to the top of your screen. 3-step drop out of the shotgun. Throws it to the back of the end zone, and it is complete. Chris Curtis getting 2 feet down. A.J. Caswell putting it only where he could catch it, which is in the back of the end zone. Look at this replay, Dan.
James, I didn't think that was possible. He stopped on a dime, put his hands out behind him, and just grabbed that ball and brought it in. When the ref threw up his hands, I couldn't believe my eyes. That was beautiful.
Yeah, real shocker that Atlanta didn't have the zones to cover that up, and Curtis just found the hole and toe-tapped his way to a touchdown grab, and that's going to put Queen City up. They're going to try to go up by 3 here in Atlanta. Oh, man, the defender just stopped. Wow. I'm pretty sure the coach is going to look at him and say, you could have blocked that, son. You could have saved us a point there. But nevertheless, Queen City takes the lead by 3. They are leading the hometown Atlanta Swarm 17-14. And folks, follow the SFL on Twitter and Facebook at SimulationFL and subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channel. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing through the ScoreStream app. Want to be a part of the league? Head on over to simulationfl.net or grab the Discord link from below. And thank you for supporting the SFL.
Absolutely great catch. We got 6-7 people watching. Great game, everyone. I'm personally in love with this game. It's first time here. I appreciate everyone coming here. I appreciate you, James. Thanks to the SFL. Good time. Make sure you join. Make sure you click the like button.
Well, you're doing great, Dan, and we see Javon Walker taking it out to the Atlanta 28-yard line. Deep drop back. He checks it down to BDG Hollywood. He's going to get sideways, and he's going to lose a yard. Brought down by Fuentes. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
Atlanta seems to be losing, just a bit of their momentum now. That great beginning, and they seem to be slowing down. BDG starting to lose yards. Let's see if they can really pick it back up.
Single back look here for the Swarm. 4-2 look out of Queen City. Dunhill. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that looked like a draw. But, man, 2 defenders bursting right through the hole, and they stopped him in the backfield. No gain officially. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
QCC's whole line core right now just seems to be putting an absolute stop to anything BDG Hollywood or any of them want to do right now. Let's see if they can open up their pass a bit right now.
3-2 look, Queen City empty. Throwback set for the Swarm. 7-step drop by Dunhill. He chucks it deep on a corner route, and it is complete! Holy moly, who is that? Is that Siege Falco?
It's hard to tell from, I didn't get a good look, but yep, Siege Falco.
Man, it looked like Dunhill hung this ball up But Siege Falco just going up the ladder and getting it. Pretty good coverage there by number 24, Pharaoh Reigns. But it didn't matter, man. Siege Falco was determined to win that jump ball battle.
Siege Falco flying up there, once again being a bird and catching that ball, showing that it doesn't matter. He'll catch it. 2 defenders coming up on him. He got that.
Guys, I believe Dan listened to Nelly Furtado on the way to the game today, so the bird reference is on his mind. Big 7-step drop. It's an out route, and that is complete to number 80, and I believe that's Boog Chisholm. And we see the D tackle that was hurt on special teams a few drives ago. He's going to be out for the rest of the game. Broke his nose. So that's a minor loss there for the Atlanta defense, but since nobody's really playing defense today, they're probably not going to mind.
Sure is not, James. It really seems to be an offensive shootout, which, you know, just keeps things interesting.
Maybe he'll listen to some Nelly Furtado in the locker room. Handoff, ISO, split back up the middle. He's going to pick up several yards. BDG Hollywood, a little slow to get up.
No, I wanted to see some more of BDG picking up some yards. You know, he's picking up what he needs to when he needs to. Last sticks he didn't do too well, but this time he's showing that he still got it and that they can still trust him.
Shout out to the chat, Joshua Williams, Tom Schaefer, Donger, Denver Nightwing, Siege Falco. Thanks, guys. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. We got 26 likes. 5-step drop from Dunhill. He throws an out route. He's wide open, and I think Siege got in, but they're going to call him out of bounds. We may see a challenge here.
James, if I were you, I would challenge that immediately. I thought he was in. I thought that was all good, but apparently the refs are calling it out.
Well, I just threw a flag here from the box. Let's see if anybody sees it on the field. I don't think I made it. I only made it to the...
I think it's purple flag, James. It's the wrong color.
Yeah, I threw my handkerchief, but that doesn't seem to be getting anybody's attention. Well, apparently not challenge worthy. They're going to punt it away. And looks like it's going to bounce about the 9-yard line. And the special teams unit does their job, and they're going to down it at the Queen City 5. And in hindsight, looking back, maybe you challenge it, get it, but they conservatively save a timeout and get an excellent special teams play. And down it at the 5-yard line. Let's see if Queen City can dig themselves out of this hole. Ash Odom, AJ Caswell, and company. We have J.K. Johnson, the third at wide receiver, along with Chris Curtis and Stephen Hacker, and that is your offensive stars for the Queen City Corsair. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers set, 4-2 look out of Atlanta. They're going to hand it off. ISO up the middle, Ash Odom getting about 5 yards.
Ash Odom's absolutely coming on through and just trucking on through. He's averaging 3.3 this game. He's got 43 yards total. It's pushing through. He's showing up when he needs to. You can't complain. Definitely this latter half of the first quarter that's going on.
Indeed, 2 backs in the backfield. 3-step drop for Caswell. Fires it across the middle for Chris Curtis. He picks up about 17 yards maybe. I don't know, but he gets it all the way down to the Queen City 26-yard line.
Chris Curtis has really been showing up as well. After that touchdown, then they keep throwing to him. He's just showing up, making those catches and pushing those sticks for Queen City, Got those 80% completion rate, 54 yards. He's got that amazing touchdown. If I was Chris Curtis, I'd be feeling pretty good right now.
Well, Chris Curtis, one of the longest standing members on this Queen City team. He's been a stable in their receiving core. And another out route, this time back to Chris Curtis. He's going to pick up 6 yards. But he's been a big influence to guys like Stephen Hacker and the other players on the team. And, as the veterans trickle over from other teams, the one constant that they get to see is guys like AJ Caswell, Ash Odom, Chris Curtis. These guys have been leaders in the Queen City community, and they're stepping up big on the field today. Single back look here. It's going to be a trap play up the middle. Ash Odom breaking a tackle, breaking 2 tackles. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards on the carry.
Ash Odom just coming on through and knowing what he needs to do. He's pushing through these yards, and he picks up that little bit extra that just makes all the difference for later on to see if they can get that better field position.
I'm surprised Aquanta Shine, he made contact with him in the backfield, and he broke it. And that normally doesn't happen. Aquanta Shine, a big man, pretty hard to get away from, 6'5", 246. Once he gets his hands on you, you might be in trouble, but Ash Odom proving just as tough. As we see another ISO play up the middle. That one good for 4 yards, brought down by Qantas Shine and company.
You know, Queen City really sticking to the ground right now. Maybe they're trying to burn out the rest of this clock of the first half. You see what they do. What do you think about that strategy, James?
Well, 2 minutes here to go. They've got a lead, which is what you want, and they're gaining yards, so plenty of time. 2 timeouts to go. Caswell checking it down to number 11, and that one's going to be good for first down. And that's going to take us to our Quip 2-minute warning, folks.
You know, they got that midfield position going strong. They got 2 minutes. You think they should just burn the clock out and see if they can score, just go for the field goal, or do you think they should just go start slinging it and go right for that end zone right now, James?
I think we'll continue to see them run the ball and utilize the clock. Atlanta's proven to be quite aggressive and explosive. Caswell taking a 3-step drop under pressure, checks it outside, and that's going to be a loss of several yards. It's going to bring it to 2nd and 13. But folks, Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with time vibrations, brush head refills for only $5, and refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free shipping for life. Try for 30 days and support the SFL with the promo code in the scroll below and support the SFL. Quip, a more wholesome clean. Head on over to getquip.com. Handoff outside to Ash Odom. He's going to break a tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. 1:24 here to go in the first half. We see Ash Odom's numbers, 63 yards on 16 carries.
That Ash Odom just coming on through once again, showing that he can push on through, burn this clock, and make sure QCC is getting those points hopefully later on.
Yeah, Queen City taking their time here. Strong eye look. Caswell calling an audible. 3-step drop. Throws a quick slant across the middle, and that's good for a first down over to Steven Hacker out of the slot position. They're going no huddle. Same formation. AJ Caswell getting rocked there. Nice sack. I didn't get to see. That's number 99 for the Swarm, and I don't have him on my roster. But they're going to hand it to the outside there. Man, this drive is not looking good for Queen City. 2 pretty ugly back-to-back plays, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 as they take their first timeout, or their second timeout of the half. They have 1 timeout remaining.
You know, QCC really seemed to speed it up a bit. It just didn't seem to work. They weren't organized. They couldn't go on through. They had a 50% third down conversion rate. Let's see what they can do this one.
3rd and 15, ball on the Atlanta 42-yard line. 0-step drop. He throws a fade, and that is dangerous. You know, Dan, I don't know if you've noticed, but anytime you take a 0 to 3-step drop from under center, the D-line's in your face. So just by play design, purely play design only, AJ Caswell has been under pressure most of this game. And we saw them get into the no huddle. They got into the several plays where the 0-step drop occurred. And the play design just put unnecessary stress on AJ Caswell and really derailed that whole drive, as Queen City's going to have to punt away and kind of waste a good scoring opportunity there.
I agree with you, James. That was easily what could have been a good score. They fall into the end zone. But AJ Caswell, even with that pressure, he's got a 90% completion rate. He's 18 for 20. He's showing that even under pressure, he can keep slinging that ball.
Yeah, definitely. Ricky Matthews punting it. He does the kicking and punting duties. Almost had a great play. They tried to knock it back at the 1-yard line, but they fell into the end zone. So that's going to give Marcus Dunhill, who's coming out in an empty set, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Steps back, throws an out route. That's complete. Gain of 4 yards over to Siege Falco. He's now got 4 catches and 71 yards and a touchdown today. And we see Jamal Wooding, 1 catch, 70-something yards and a touchdown on that huge tight end fly that opened up the game for him.
You know, I'm hoping to see Atlanta doing what they've been doing for a lot of this game. They've been throwing, and they've been throwing risky and far, but 20 seconds left. This may work out for them. 2nd
and 6, ball on the 24-yard line. 21 seconds here to go in the first half. They do have all 3 timeouts. Handoff up the middle to B.J. Hollywood. He's going to get skinny and gain about 4 yards, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see, probably is holding on Atlanta.
Stepped off sides in the beginning, I think James. I saw him at the bottom.
There it is. Neutral zone infraction. The Swarm accept. I believe that stops the clock and gives the Swarm a first down.
That's a big pickup at the end of this half, James. They could do some good things now with this stop clock compared to what they would have ended at with that run. See how they react to it and what they can do.
2nd and inches from your loss, 30 yards.
2nd and 1, ball on the Atlanta 29. We have 17 seconds here to go. I formation for the Swarm. And that is an ISO play up the middle. BDG Hollywood getting enough for the first down. They're going to go no huddle, and it seems like Atlanta's comfortable with just leaving the timeouts alone and just letting the clock run out. Another ISO up the middle. BDG Hollywood getting some room, and they're going to finally take a timeout with 3 seconds here to go. And I imagine it's going to be just enough time to throw one more pass. I don't agree with the play calling, but hey, you know, that's whatever. BDG Hollywood has made some bigger plays on the ground before, and maybe that's what they were hoping to achieve there. But hey, you know, here we go. 3 seconds to go. Let's see if Marcus can make some magic happen.
I don't know, James. Maybe they wanted the pressure. I agree with you. It was a little unnecessary to keep the run game going there. Let's see if they just go for some crazy far throws.
I say just chuck it up to Jamal Wooding. What do we know? They can run a trap play. He gets hit in the backfield. They're going to call their second timeout, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2nd for the Atlanta Swarm.
You know, that was, once again, interesting. 3 seconds left. Tempting that run. Let's see what they think is coming out. Marcus Dunhill coming out here and seems to get an earful right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he audibled into that play or if it's just some miscommunication, but yeah, it doesn't seem like the coach is happy about what's transpired, but they did take their second time out. Let's see if they run the same play. Trap play has been very popular out of this formation, and there it is again. BDG getting shut down, folks. That's going to do it for the first half of play. Queen City leading the hometown Atlanta Swarm 17-14, and we will be back in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia after the break.
Cool. Oh, shake that one out. That's fun. I like this. Yeah, I have to turn that back. We're all just amped up. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. We're about to start the second half of the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. right now the Queen City Corsairs will receive the ball, and they start the half with a 3-point lead over the hometown Atlanta Swarm.
You know, James, I think it's really important that QCC is getting this ball back right now. They can extend their lead, and we'll have to see if Atlanta's defense can really come in and put a good stop to that momentum that like they just did.
Yeah, interesting way to end the half as we see J.K. Johnson III returning the kick all the way to the Queen City 26-yard line. Interesting events that ended the half for Atlanta. They kept calling timeouts, kept running trap plays. And I mean, BDG Hollywood, very capable of breaking it at any time. So it's not like it's the craziest thing in the world. And you know Marcus doesn't have the arm strength to get it, 80 yards in one play. So I understand it, but, they start the half here down 3 as we see Caswell chucking it across the middle. Hacker, and he has got his grown man cleats on today as he's got 9 catches, 127 yards, and this latest catch is good for a first down.
Hacker's just absolutely destroying it. With all 9 catches, we're all 9 targets. He has 100% completion right now. He's absolutely killing it, moving those tackles and just breaking them, thinking they're butter squeezing out.
Well, Caswell, lots of props to him as he squeezed that between Jose Fuentes and Aquantis Shine, as we saw in the replay. And right now, they just do not have the speed to keep up with Hacker out of the slot. As we see strong eye look, 2 receivers. Caswell calling an audible here. 3-step drop. He's under pressure, throws an out route. Got hit as he threw, intended for Hacker.
That's the risk they run with all the pressure going on, not taking enough steps back. He's used to it, but let's see if AJ Caswell can keep up and get more of those dimes in when he's under that constant pressure he faces.
Folks, we appreciate the kind words. We have 54 watching. Only 30 thumbs up, though, so please do us a favor and hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. As we see Caswell under shotgun set, 1 back in the backfield, 3-step drop. Throws it across the middle. It is complete. That is number 85. That is Brian Seek, and that's about his 3rd catch of the game, I believe. He's a starting tight end for the Corsairs.
Some shout-outs right now. We got Siege Falco, Joshua Williams, Achilles Frank, Agatir Salenth, Nacho Sicario, myself, and everyone's doing great. Thanks for watching, guys.
Indeed. 3rd and 1 here under center. It's a power play to the outside. He cuts it back inside. Seems to be a smart move because he got enough for a first down. And he gets it down to the Atlanta 39-yard line. Ash Odom chopping away here. Haven't had one of the signature Ash Odom 80-yard runs yet, but doesn't mean it won't happen.
Ash Odom, he's doing his work. He's got 65 yards this game. No complaints, I think, by QCC.
Shotgun look, 3-step drop. He throws a corner route, and it is complete. And Steven Hacker's going to take it to the 5. And are they going to give it to him? Yes, it is a touchdown. Steven Hacker ran a beautiful corner route. AJ Caswell puts it right on the money. Double holding it with both hands to make sure he doesn't fumble it, and then drags both defenders into the end zone. And that's going to give Queen City a 9-point lead here to open up the second half.
Steven Hacker's holding that ball like a baby. He's pushing on through. He doesn't care defenders. He'll drag that baby down straight to the end zone, making sure he picks up that touchdown. Great job by 88 Steven Hacker.
Well, I'm sure everybody in Queen City thinks that's one of the most gorgeous babies they've seen in a long time. Steven Hacker, congratulations. It's a beautiful baby. Hold on tight and enjoy it. They grow up fast. As we see, the extra point is going to be blocked by Atlanta. Man, that was an ugly snap. That was an ugly hold. And just generally an ugly play. So a little momentum here. They don't go down by 10. So there's a positive note for this Atlanta team. And folks, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. It really looked like they learned from the last almost blocked punt that they could have blocked and really went in for that one. Full steam ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure Mark Chisholm said, listen, Turd, if you get through the line of scrimmage, put your hands up. And that time he did just that. And the only poop we saw on that play was from the Queen City snapper and holder. So there we go. With that, Atlanta, number 84, Javon Walker, taking it down to their own 27-yard line. Let's see if BDG Hollywood Siege Falco, and Marcus Dunhill and company, Boo Chisholm, Jamal Wooding. Let's see if they can put some points on the board and capitalize on the momentum from the blocked extra point. Single back look, 3 wide receiver look. 7-step drop. He checks it outside to BDG Hollywood. He's got a blocker. Doesn't utilize it, but still picks up 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a second one. 9:07 here to go in the third quarter.
You know, BDG Hollywood, he's pushing on through. 9 yards is definitely nothing to laugh at. He's got 10 attempts on his rushing with 30 yards, averaging 3 yards total every carry. He's not having a bad game. He's showing up.
Welcome to the chat, Muhammad Alajawani. Welcome, veteran of the SFL. Single back look, offset back, 2 wide receivers at the bottom as well as a tight end. And it is a handoff up the middle. BDG Hollywood doing a little spin there, a little pirouette on his way to a first down. The dancing man dancing to a first down.
BDG Hollywood putting on his tap dance shoes again, putting on that spin, get that pirouette like you said, James. He spun right around that defender, having no problems.
Indeed. Single back look. It's the same formation, just flipped, and it's a trap play up the middle. This time read like a book. Number 44 for the Queen City Corsairs. That's their veteran Avery King, hitting him after a gain of 1.
Avery King showing out his veteran strength, coming in, just putting that right down, learning what they did and putting that pressure on from BDG.
2nd and 9 here, 8:03 here to go in the third quarter. We see a single back look, tight end, wide receiver at the top of your screen, 2 to the bottom. 4-2 look for the Corsairs. It's another trap play up the middle. BDG this time rocked number 54 for the Corsairs, making a great play. That is James Budden from the inside linebacker position along with Duffy.
3rd and 7. Ball at the 24-yard.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 8, and we see Dunhill shotgun, empty receiver set, 3-2 package here for the Corsairs. 7:26 here to go in the third quarter, 3-step drop. Looking deep, ton of time, throws across the middle, and it is complete. Siege Falco, I believe, moving the chains. That is number 11, excuse me, that is Jason Hunt. Just nice little slant route across the middle. Picks up the first down.
Atlanta really trying to utilize all of their weapons now on offense. They're trying to take out everything they can use and not just have to rely on BDG picking up those yards, or maybe even taking a bit of stress off Siege Falco. I think it's a good thing to get for them.
Folks, want to remind you, Bit Central presents Fuel. Pretty good product. It does a lot for you, as we see him throwing it across the middle. And that is good for 4 yards that time, thrown to number 86, Jamal Wooding.
You know, that's Jamal's only 2nd target and catch. He's got the 100% completion. I would also like to see more of him, see if their playbook can utilize more of their tight end strategy, or maybe just leave it out just for that little special moment.
Well, he's not far off from 100 yards, so he only needs a few more catches, I'd imagine, unless he repeats his first catch. Deep drop there, and it is deflected. Great play by number 95, Terrio Mendez, coming out from the defensive end position, getting his hands up. He must have heard Chisholm yelling that to his special teams guys and said, hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Puts his hands up too, and that knocks the ball down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Shotgun, empty set look, 3-2 defense coming out for the Corsairs. Marcus Dunhill taking a 3-step drop. He's got time, throws a deep pass to the left side, and it is deflected and almost caught. Great defense there by number 42, Oscar Dunkley, who had a huge interception earlier in the game. This time bailing out the defense and preventing Atlanta from getting a little bit closer in this game.
You know, Oscar Dunkley, he's got an interception and a deflection this game. He's making sure he's known by all of Atlanta that you don't want to throw anywhere near that man.
Pretty good punt going down to the 12-yard line. And
Seems
that,
like there was some good.
go ahead.
My bad, James.
Go ahead.
Seemed like there's some very good pressure on the punter there, making him go off to the side.
Indeed, and this is where Queen City's going to take over on their 12-yard line. We see Ash Odom, 18 carries, 64 yards, 3.5 yard average per carry. Pretty good day so far. Single back, 3 wide receivers. It's a trap play up the middle. He's going to break a tackle and drag a few more. Unfavorable spot as I thought he got more, but they're officially going to give him 2 yards. 5:55 here to go in the third quarter.
I'm really hoping for them to take advantage of this. And this, it's not the best starting ball position, but they can get up and really extend this lead for QCC.
Single back, shotgun look for the Corsairs. 3-step drop from Caswell. He chucks a corner route deep, and it is deflected. Great play on defense by number 23 for the Swarm. That is Patrick Ketsa with the deflection, looking for Steven Hacker. No wonder.
James, I had a bit of deja vu with that block. It looked very similar to what just happened on the vice versa side of this field. But, they're learning from each other, and let's see if this defense can keep it up and put a stop to this Corsair offense.
Folks, we want to give a shout out to Spy Goat. They're your choice for sound reinforcement. Head on over to spygoat.net as we see Caswell taking a 5-step drop and hitting the out route to Chris Curtis, but they're still going to be short. That's going to bring up a 4th and 3, and we should see the Corsairs come out to punt.
I want to give it out. We got 61 people watching right now. We got Parker, Siege Falco, Josh Miller, Joshua Williams, Maximilian Squat, Trey Coolboys asking for the Discord. Make sure you give that to him, people.
Did link that. I hope that's the right one. I just did a quick link to the Discord. As we see the punt go down, number 11, Jason Hunt on the return. He's going to take it out to the Atlanta 47-yard line. Pretty good field position. Probably the best starting position for the Swarm today. Single back offset look for the Swarm. 4-2 look for the Corsair defense. It's a trap play up the middle, man. Both these teams love traps. BDG Hollywood breaking a tackle, making something out of nothing. And he picks up enough for the first down. Say the link is expired.
BDG really making gold out of lead there. He should have been brought down so many times, but he just stuck it out. He didn't need tap shoes. He had gold shoes running on through that.
Linking a second link here for you. I think that one should work. Trey Coolboy. Hopefully it does for you. Single back look, 5-step drop. He checks it down to BDG. BDG's got a little bit of room. Picks up 4 to 5 yards on the reception there, and we see the numbers. Marcus Dunhill having a pretty good day, 2 of 3, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. AJ Caswell, 264. 2 touchdowns, I think I saw. No interceptions.
Very similar stats, James. They're for people who were completely different coming in. It seems like they're both throwing very good games.
Indeed, 2nd and 4 here for Atlanta in pretty good field position. They run a trap play up the middle. Met in the backfield. Great stop there by number 54, James Budden, from the inside linebacker position.
Budden just coming in, make sure to put this stop. Really putting Atlanta at a little bit of a risky position on their 3rd and 4th. They only got a 40% conversion rate this game so far.
Five-step drop, throws an out route, and it is complete. And that is good for about 4 yards, and they're going to come up short. That's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
That was showing a little bit of uneasiness there. Maybe you need a bit more veterancy or some yearage, but he didn't pull him forward a bit. He just kept it just short of that first down, just putting a stop to that drive that Atlanta had. Really putting a tire iron, this momentum that Atlanta really needs to pump up a bit.
It's an interesting point to make here, Dan. This is the 2nd time that Atlanta's punted from a similar position. The first time they got pretty good. They got a pretty good field position. I think they got it down to the 4. This time they're getting it down to the 6th. And I mean, it's put Queen City in a hole, but if you're trailing by 9 points, I think you'd much rather, at least get three points off the field goal unit. And unfortunately, both times they've run that short out route and come up a yard short, and they're probably a yard or two out of field goal range, and they've had to punt it away. Strong eye look. They're going to do a power to the outside. Odom makes a man miss, but he can't shake off 2 swarm defenders. And he picks up 6 yards on the carry. Takes the ball out to the Queen City 11-yard line. 2:51 here to go in the third quarter, folks. We want to say thank you for watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. We've got 52 watching our game. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up for us. Every thumbs up helps. Power to the outside again for Odom. He breaks a tackle. He's got some room. Oh, man, he can't shake him. Number 21, Josh Vasquez, coming over from the free safety position, potentially saving a touchdown, as Ash Odom looked to be so strong as he shrugs off Jose Fuentes, excuse me. Man, that's a strong run, and that's good for a Queen City first down.
James, that was absolutely beautiful. He shoved that man down like he was nothing but a feather.
Chris Kinsey asking, who's the most improved team? I'd have to say that's Denver. I think they finished 3-9, and they start, they've got 4 wins already. As we see Caswell looking for Hacker again on a post route. This one deflected. Number 27 breaking that one up for the Swarm.
QCC is trying to throw out a bit more now. They realize Ash has got that power, but they got to move out a bit and open up their options so they don't get completely pressured on. Let's see if they can adjust and what they can do on this second down.
Yeah, it's single back, 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 1 tight end to the bottom, a 4-2 look for the defense. Caswell chucking it across the middle. Dangerous throw. I believe that was intended for Hacker again. As you see, he's been targeted 15 times. Pretty good game. 10 catches, 1 drop. That one almost cost his team as the ball kind of got tipped up in the air. Gave the Swarm a little bit of a hope to pick it off. As we see the giant bumblebees in the southern end zone. I formation look. 0-step drop. He throws a fade route, and that is incomplete. Man, he's really loving the matchup Hackers got today. That was just a hike and chuck. And, well, that's going to bring up a 4th down as it falls harmlessly to the ground.
James, at this first half, AJ Caswell had about an 88% completion rate, if I remember right. He's already moved down to a 75.9. He's sort of getting a bit more risky, and he's really going for Hacker when maybe he should open his eyes book and look and see what's around him.
Well, if you had the first half that Steven Hacker had, I'd be confident too if I was AJ Caswell, but I don't know. I'm never a big fan of those 0 to 3-step drops where you just kind of one Mississippi and chuck it up in the air. But, hey, maybe it's worked for Queen City in the past. They've got the lead. Who am I to judge? But Atlanta, coming out down by 9 with 1:49 here to go in the third quarter. They have excellent field position again. They've had the ball to start drive several times in this type of field position. So let's see if they can put some points on the board. Dunhill, 5-step drop, checks it down to BDG Hollywood. He makes a man miss with a beautiful spin move. Does a 2-toe dance shimmy spin before he's brought down after a gain of 3.
James, I think we're seeing 2 very different ends between BDG Hollywood and Ash Odom. BDG's really been trying to be nimble and dance around while Ash Odom just powering through. And we see how it's affecting both of them and see how it really works for both teams. See if Atlanta can push on through. Historically,
Atlanta's used BDG as more of that speed back pass option, but he's run the ball a lot more today as we see another trap play in the middle. Shrugging off 1 defender, but gaining only 2 on the play. And we see the similar numbers there. BDG 2.9, 50 yards. Ash Odom 4 yards per carry. So a little bit of a difference there. 3rd and 6 for the Swarm. Single back look, 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. 5-step drop for Dunhill on the run. Wow, that was an ugly throw. He scrambled to his right, threw to his left, and there wasn't even one receiver in the area, as the closest guy looked like he was running a fade down the left sideline, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 6, and that's another opportunity where Atlanta starts, midfield and has to punt the ball away.
You know, James, I've been seeing a lot of 1-2-3s with BDG, and then just go for something a little bit too crazy for them for their 3rd and final play. It seems like Atlanta really can't find a good way to mix it out.
Pretty solid punt there down to the 15-yard line. It's going to be returned by number 11, J.K. Johnson III, and he gains about 5 yards on the punt return. Queen City starting on their own 20-yard line. They've got a 9-point lead here with 38 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Single back look, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, 3-3 defense for Atlanta. It's a trap play up the middle. Ash Odom breaking 2 tackles. Really not breaking them, just kind of dragging them along for a gain of 2. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
You know, Ash Odom's been doing pretty well. He's really pushing on through. He picked up 2 yards, dragging them along with him. It wasn't nothing bad. Do you think he can keep this up, James? Do you think that his style is working and he can push on through for another rushing touchdown maybe?
Well, I think Queen City's got a pretty commanding lead at 9 points, 2 scores. And it would be in their best interest to keep giving it to him. As we see him dragging a few guys along for a gain of 3 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And that's going to do it here for the 3rd quarter, folks. Queen City leading the hometown Atlanta Swarm 23-14. Put your 4s up because we're heading into the 4th quarter. Let's see if the Atlanta Swarm can overcome this 9-point deficit, or if the 3-1 Queen City Corsair can hold them down. Single back look, 5-step drop by Caswell. He throws a corner route, and it is caught. Chris Curtis skying up. Number 20 for the Atlanta defense, Aaron Lee trying to cover him. No match. We see Chris Curtis with his 7th catch of the game. 88 yards receiving. This was a beautiful pass, but look at Curtis. He's going to get up in the air over the defender. Beautiful catch, and I misspoke. That was on Lee Pato. Number 20, the free safety Aaron Lee, or strong safety, brought him down to prevent further damage. These 2 receivers for Queen City have been dangerous, been money all day long. Strong eye look. They're going to hand it out outside. Power look. He breaks a tackle and drags 2 men down. That's a gain of 7. Solid run there by Ash Odom.
You know, between that great, beautiful Chris Curtis catch and Ash Odom still pushing on through, QCC's really opening up their playbook and making the Atlanta defense really have to question where they go.
Did the Discord link work? Whoever, I forget who needed it in the chat, but hopefully that Discord link works. As we see a corner route to the outside, that time intended for Hacker, but a pretty good hit by Patrick Ketsa to break up the play.
No, Patrick Ketsa, he's been doing pretty well this season. He's already got a sack and 20 total tackles. He's really making his name on the Atlanta defense. He's making sure that he takes people down and that they can't get away. And let's see if Hacker can open up for the rest of this game, because at the later half, he seems to not been able to get any good field position for these catches.
Yeah, Ketsa, very physical cornerback. We don't always see very much physicality coming out of the corners, but Atlanta been known to have probably some of the most physical corners in the league. That time, Ketsa showing his mettle. As we see a trap play up the middle to Odom. We're also seeing the mettle of this linebacking core. Aquinas Shine dragging him down, and that's going to be a 4th and 1. And if you're Atlanta, you're saying, hey, this is what we needed, right? Like, we're down by 9. We need a defensive stop because we haven't really been able to stop them most of the game. And they come out and get it. 9:38 here to go, down by 9. I think this is a doable comeback here that Atlanta is going to have to attempt here, as we see the punt bounce at the 10. And it's going to roll. Pretty good bounce. They're going to down it at the 8-yard line. And that's kind of a deep hole for Atlanta to try to dig out of, but You know, at least if they want to throw it, he's not going to be throwing out of his end zone.
Some interesting field position for Atlanta. They're starting on the 8, and they got to come back by 9. 2 scores. I want to see if they really start going back to that first half where they start just throwing it maybe to the wind a bit, but maybe it'll work out for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a tight end fly again as we see he checks it down to BDG, and he's actually going to lose 2 yards. Halfback swing. BDG led just out of bounds. He was unable, kind of lost himself a little bit. Marcus Dunhill leads him straight out of bounds for a loss of 2, and that's going to back Atlanta up to their own 5. 9:15 here to go. The hometown heroes down by 9 points. Trap play up the middle. BDG going to be met by Avery King and company. And they said, not today, Junior. But he did pick up 1, so that's going to move him out to the 6-yard line. 3rd and 12, 8:56 here to go in the 4th quarter.
You know, I'm really hoping they got this 3rd and long. Do they just run for it and play it safe, or do you think they should just go far and hope for the best?
Well, they're going to run the trap play. BDG getting to the outside. He's breaking a tackle. Man, I thought that was going to have some life behind it. He does pick up several yards, but they're going to be short. And I don't know if this is 4-down territory, but the way this offense has been going, I probably would punt it away and just hopefully your defense can bail you out again.
You know, obviously Atlanta's saying the same thing, hoping just play it safe and trying to get on, try another drive a later day, live another day.
Pretty good punt. It's going to be taken by number 11, J.K. Johnson III, and he's going to probably give Queen City their best starting field position of the day as they take over at the Atlanta 45-yard line. 8:09 here to go in the 4th quarter.
You know, QCC, they got their Ash Odom lineup. I'm really hoping they just come on through, run out this clock if they want to stay in the lead. And Atlanta has to put that early stop on them if they want to get this 2-score deficit on top.
Well, Quanah Shine known to be able to rally the defense, so let's see. And Ash Odom breaking a tackle, and that's going to be good for 11 yards. Man, he's come so close to breaking it on several occasions. I'm sure nobody's going to cry about a powerful 11-yard run there, but man, he has looked really solid running over guys. And it takes 2-3 guys to bring him down every time he touches the ball.
You know, Ash Odom just broke his 100-yard mark. He's got 109 yards on 26 carries. He's really shining this game for QCC.
As we see a trap play up the middle, he's stuffed. The Atlanta defense meeting him in the hole, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. But the clock is ticking. You know, 7:30 here to go in the 4th quarter. Atlanta down by 9. I imagine Queen City's not far from field goal range. I'm not sure what their kicker's capabilities are, but they're not far from it. 0-step drop. He swings it out to Odom. Odom trucks him, man. He's got some space, and he's going to plow into a defender and pick up 9 there. It's going to be 3rd and inches, and I don't know. I think they may be in field goal range. It would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 42-yard field goal at this point. Man, I hope my math was right. Probably is not. But it doesn't matter because they jump offside, and this is going to be an automatic 1st down. Atlanta, man, they stopped him short, but it doesn't even matter because they jump off sides. And this is the last thing you need or want to see if you're an Atlanta fan or coach. And obviously Queen City accepts it, and that's going to give them a 1st down, a fresh set of downs.
You know, that really hurt Atlanta. That stepping off offsides, they really had to stop and push down on Ash Odom. But with that little bit of slip and discipline, that all went away. And QCC has a whole nother chance at this.
Well, and it's plays like that, you know, can really determine a game or determine whether or not you can get back in this. Queen City getting a fresh set of downs. Even though they had stopped him, we see Ash Odom getting back to the line of scrimmage there. 117 yards, 1 touchdown today. But Atlanta had stopped him. They had stopped him short of the 1st down. That would have brought up a 4th down. But it didn't even matter because of the penalty. So You know, Atlanta's got to start over. More valuable time being bled off the clock. No step drop. He checks it outside to Odom. He's going to get met after gaining about 2 yards. That wasn't even Odom. That was Diamante, I believe.
You know, Atlanta's really just not really putting the stop on them that they need. He's putting the stop on them, but with this clock that's just running out, QCC must be feeling pretty good. QCC, if you don't mind my kill.
Quoi say for our French Canadian. I'm kidding. I don't know. 5-step drop here by Caswell. He checks it down outside. That pass is complete to number 82, and that is effectively a run. Complete over to Elgin Villanueva. It's going to bring up a 4th and 6, and this is a much more manageable field goal attempt here. Let's see. You know, Atlanta has busted through the line on 2 special teams plays. Both were extra points. Only one was blocked, so maybe they'll get it here when it counts the most. The snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Queen City tacking on 3 with 4:47 here to go in the fourth quarter. The visiting 3-1 Queen City Corsairs 26. The hometown heroes, the Atlanta Swarm, 14.
You know, this puts Atlanta at a not-so-okay part where they really have to start pushing up forward on this first drive. And they got to make it quick, because if they just waste time doing it, they may not get a second chance.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, that penalty proves to be costly, right? Yes, they hold them to a field goal, but that's a 20-yard field goal versus, you know, a 40-something yard field goal, which makes it a lot tougher, and that takes it from a 9-point lead to a 12-point lead.
I agree with you there, James. This could really hurt Atlanta, and I do hope they go back to where they were doing in the first half, where they just start throwing it far, because right now with the clock management, they're going to sort of need it. But let's see if they go back to PDG Hollywood.
Yeah, BDG, he's a stud. Marcus, he's definitely capable. They've got the talent, so they just need to chuck it. The problem is Queen City's been expecting it, and as you see, he threw it into double coverage. That one intended for Boo Chisholm. It's just really hard, you know, Oscar Dunkley there with the deflection. When you know a team's got to throw it, and you know that it's going to either be to Boo Chisholm, Siege Falco, Jamal Wooding, and worst case, they check it down to BDG Hollywood, who's been blanketed all game long. So it's really an uphill battle here for Marcus. He's going to have to put the ball exactly where it needs to be. They have to play zero mistake football here. 3-step drop. He chucks a deep post route. It is complete, and that is to the tight end. He's now over 100 yards. They're going to go no huddle. Jamal Wooding on a tight end post route. That is complete. They're no huddle. 4:24 here to go. Shotgun look. He throws a crossing route. Oh, and that time, Siege Falco and Jamal Wooding make contact. Wooding knocks Falco off what would have been a first down reception. Almost does his own receiver bump, doing the work for the Queen City defense. And that's a heartbreaker. We see a rookie mistake as Wooding runs into Siege Falco, thus preventing a well-thrown ball from being caught. Shotgun look here, one back, 4:20 here to go in the fourth quarter. Atlanta trailing by 12. Checking it down, but great pass defense by number 95. Terreo Mendez, that's his second pass deflection of the game, similar fashion.
You know, that was just beautiful by the Queen City. They know exactly, as you said earlier, James, what Atlanta has to do, and they're just putting an absolute stomp to it.
Yeah, really hard to throw into nickel and dimes all game. Tough. 3-step drop. He's got a corner route, maybe, and it is almost intercepted. Excellent play there by Achilles Frank, coming over from the cover 3 position to almost pick that off. And that's going to bring up 4th and 10. I think this is 4-down territory. I think you have to go for it. Analytics say, hey, if you don't get it, you know, it's not the end of the world because you're already on their 38-yard line. Queen City's had better starting field position. So I think this is a good call. Let's see if they can convert it here. They're going to be thrown into a 3-2 dime. Empty set here for He throws it across the middle. It is complete. He's going to take it to the house. Number 84 for the Swarm. That is a touchdown. Javon Walker on the post route. Beats his man. Breaks the tackle at the 5. Takes it into a touchdown. We have got a ball game, Dan.
Oh boy, James, that was huge for Atlanta. They went back to exactly what they needed, a nice far pass, just risking it all, and they really paid off that time. Atlanta showing up, and they are back in this, and I'm excited to see what they do on defense to see if they can get this back.
Well, this extra point will make it a 5-point game. There is plenty of time, plenty of timeouts left. Atlanta, you know, they're being the cardiac kids. There's a lot of drama here. Kicks up. It is good. And that makes it a 5-point game. Let's do a sponsor read here, folks. Follow the SFL on Twitter and Facebook at SimulationFL. And subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channel below. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing through the ScoreStream app. Want to be a part of the league? Head on over to simulationfl.net or grab the Discord link from below. And thank you for supporting the SFL. We see the onside kick there. It is not good. Number 86, Jones Branch, the fourth wide receiver for the Queen City Corsairs on the hands unit. I don't know if I agree with the onside kick. That gives Queen City some really good field position. You have plenty of time to boot it away and try, but here we are nevertheless. Queen City, power run to the outside, and he gets blown up in the backfield. Number 28 for the Swarm, Lee Pato, doing some flying lariat that you'd see on, you know, SmackDown on TV, the wrestling. But anyways, big hit, 2nd and 12. Queen City, tick-tock, 3:40 here to go in the fourth quarter. And he's just going to drain the clock here. 8 seconds here to go in the play call. It's another handoff to the outside. He's got room. Ash Odom's got room. He's getting to the outside, and that is good for a first down. If you're an Atlanta fan, you're shaking your head. Oh, you cannot give this guy first downs.
You know, James, Ash Odom once again showing that he can just push on through. And I think Atlanta's really going to regret that onside kick so early on. You know, setting up Queen City with that early field position that really is just making this easy for them, that where they could really hurt this comeback that Atlanta really wants.
Yeah, Queen City almost in field goal range now, and that would be, you know, best case scenario, they get a turnover. You know, okay scenario, they give up a field goal. And that would make it an 8-point game. Absolute cannot have is a touchdown. We see Jose Fuentes chasing him down. Only a gain of 1. The clock is ticking. Folks, Atlanta does have all 3 timeouts. This is coming down. It's some heart-racing action we're seeing unfold. They must get a stop here. Trap play up the middle, and it is blown up. Aquantis Shine said, welcome. No thank you. You're not getting any yards here. Blows him up. Tick-tock, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Folks, the 2-minute warning is presented by Quip. Quip designed to deliver simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with time, vibration, brush head refills for only $5. You know, Dan, I have a Quip toothbrush. My wife has a Quip toothbrush. You guys can get a Quip toothbrush by going to getquip.com. It's great. I love it. And I'm a big fan of it.
You know, James, it's always great to brush your teeth, and I am in the process of ordering one myself.
Perfect. Go ahead and use the promo link that you'll find below. That way it'll support the SFL as we see a 4th down. This was the medium scenario. Best case scenario here is they either shank it, Atlanta blocks it, but if they do happen to convert it, it only makes it an 8-point game. So Atlanta still has life. They still have 2 timeouts. Indeed, folks, brush your teeth. Preferably do it with a quick toothbrush using the Simulation FL. I forget what it's called. Promo code, excuse me. Wow. Anyways, the kick is up and good from 45. Queen City making this an 8-point game, folks. We are within the final 2 minutes of this game. Atlanta, they are down by 8. They need to move it the length of the field. Probably going to be 70 yards or more unless they get some craziness on special teams. And then they're going to have to convert the 2-point conversion. It's like climbing Mount Everest. That is the equivalent here. They're either going to do it or they are going to die trying. 1:53 here to go. The kick is underway. Let's see if the hometown heroes can tie up this ball game. Javon Walker taking it down to the 26-yard line, and this is where, well, I guess this is where heroes are made, and this is where Marcus Dunhill is going to have to try to cement his legend. It's a very Herculean-esque task, as he's got to go against these stingy Pirates and drive the ball what essentially is 74 yards. No backs in the backfield, shotgun empty set. He takes a 3-step drop, he throws on the run, and it is complete.
You know, Marcus Dunhill and company coming out here ready to take on this task. They are ready, they are pumped, they know what exactly they have to do to make this a game, to finish this out and hopefully move on through and make it a close one.
Yeah, pretty quiet day there for Boo Chisholm, but catching a huge corner route there, and that moves the ball to Queen City 44-yard line. 1:44 here to go, 2 timeouts. Atlanta is moving the ball pretty well. Boo Chisholm did get out of bounds, and that did stop the clock. 5-step drop here. He throws it across the middle, and that is complete. Is that back to Boo Chisholm? Again, it is. And he's got it at the Queen City 19.
You know, Boo Chisholm, he's 4 for 8 right now, but at this end, he's showing up, and he's showing up when it matters most. So if I was Atlanta, I'd keep watching him. Atlanta
going no huddle. Marcus Dunhill looking like a complete stone-cold pro. They're going to run a trap there with BDG Hollywood. Tick-tock, 1:10 here to go. They go no huddle again. No timeout taken. 7-step drop. He steps up into the pocket, throws an out route, and that is good. And that is complete all the way down to the 3-yard line. Siege Falco on a deep out route. Marcus Dunhill stepping up in the pocket, throwing that beautifully on the run. Man, the Cardiac kids are in it.
You know, Marcus Dunhill showing that he was about to be under some heavy, heavy pressure, and he saw Siege Falco. He took that opportunity, and Siege Falco reined that in for a great position for Atlanta.
Here we go, offset look here for Atlanta. Maybe they'll run a trap play here with BDG, and they do. And it is up the middle. BDG shifting, getting it down to the 1-yard line. They're going no huddle. 54 seconds here to go in the 4th quarter. Can the Cardiac kids do it? A 5-step drop from Marcus. He throws it to the back of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Dangerous throw. One swarm guy. 15,000 Queen City guys. I don't think there was any way he was going to get it in there. Man, that was a dangerous throw.
That throw hurt my heart, James. That was scary. That was right into a wave full of QCC Pirates who I didn't know what was going to come out of that.
Well, you've probably seen that more than once in Indianapolis and some of your games. So, yeah, I'd imagine your heart hurts. Shotgun look. He's under pressure. Thank God he lets it go because he was going to lose a ton of yards. That's going to bring up a 4th and goal on the Queen City 1-yard line, folks. This is for the ball game. Can Atlanta score, keep their hopes alive, or will Queen City make the stop of the game? We shall see, folks. 66 individuals watching, 36 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button. People, this game is amazing. Hit the thumbs up button. Single back look. He's going to throw it. 5-step drop. He throws it across the middle, and it is incomplete. Queen City taking over with an 8-point lead on their own 1-yard line. Folks, the game is not over. This is not where you want the ball as Queen City. Maybe Ash Odom and AJ Caswell can dig them out of this hole. But as for right now, they have an 8-point lead.
You know, for Atlanta, that's a heartbreak, and now it hurts. They are behind, and they are in the deepest rut that they could be.
Yeah, questionable play calling. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board. He hands it off to the outside. He's going to shake a tackle, and he's going to get enough. Gains about 12 yards. Takes it out to the, well, that was a gain of 13. Takes it out to the 14-yard line. Atlanta burns another touchdown. Man, this is a heartbreaker for Atlanta. Some questionable play calling to end the first half. Some questionable play calling to end this half. To end the game. If Odom, well, I mean, they're gonna run it out. Yeah, they've got enough time and enough downs to just kneel it. This is the victory formation here for Queen City. Atlanta burns their last timeout. But it doesn't matter. 32 seconds. One more kneel down. I'll do it here in the Dome, the Hive, in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Man, what a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker.
No, that hurt. That hurt, James. Like you said, questionable play calling at the end. They go for that throw and that absolutely just wave of Pirates, and it hurt. It hurt. But it feels good, I bet, for QCC. It was a well-played game by them, and they secure their lead and their 4-1 record going on forward.
Yeah, with that kneel down, AJ Caswell and company will extend their record to 4-1. Atlanta will fall to 1-4. Dan, who's your player of the game, and just kind of wrap up the game for us?
You know, for me, I'd have to say it would be Chris Curtis, the wide receiver on QCC. He had some just amazing catches, and as someone who used to play wide receiver myself, I absolutely feel for him getting those toe drags and that beautiful touchdown. He also just picked up 88 yards and had a beautiful game, only missed one throw.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Steven Hacker. He's my player of the game for the same reasons. Was a big threat for Queen City all day long. Folks, you see the stats rushing across the bottom. Hacker had 166 yards and 1 touchdown. Folks, that's going to do it here for us here in Atlanta at the Hive. You've been watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Folks, I've been your play-by-play man, James Richards. Dan Daly on the analyst. Great first call there, Dan. I really enjoyed having you. And a big shout-out to Charles Doherty on the stats. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you could, go ahead and give us your feedback when they post the broadcaster feedback link. That's going to do it here. Thank you for watching the SFL.